Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dota Yoshi, bringing to you another Dota 2 presentation. Today, we'll be watching a team pub watch game between Naix on a plane up against Team Elemental. So far, Naix on a plane, what do you know, have Naix. And they've got the Shadow Demon picked up alongside. They've got the Nyx band out with the Ire. On Team Elemental, we have the Coddle banned out so far, Magnus, and the Batrider. They still have a PL in the pool, so we can see the PL picked up after the Darkseer. And we don't see a PL picked up. That's unusual. Usually if there's a Coddle and a PL left in the pool and you've got those two picks, you should see a PL picked up straight afterwards. But oh, we will see the Gyrocopter being picked up with the Darkseer. Great team fight potential for the team, quite heavily with the very solid AoE coming out from the Gyrocopter, with that flat cannon being able to just hit every target within 1,000 range, which in a team fight is most people. And the cooldown is very great at controlling and either defensively try and get away with that slow and snare attached upon that cooldown, or the damage in the middle of a team fight to hit at least 2 or 3 people. And with the Darkseer vacuum, you'd probably get the entire team. So we're looking forward to see the combination from the vacuum and the cooldown thrown out midway through the game. And we see the Queen of Pain is banned out by Naix on a plane, and Lena, yeah, Lena, I was thinking Luna, but I'm like, no, it's Lena. Lena is banned out by Team Elemental, and Team Elemental will take out the Lone Druid along in that lineup. Naix on a plane will be looking towards the final support player. They've got the mid position, possibly 2 hero. So depending if they want to play greedy, they might pick up a semi-carry or another carry, or they might go for an initiation role. We'll see how they want to go, because Storm Spirit can act as that initiation role, however he can also carry. So we'll see if they want to pick up another 2, 3 hero, or even just another support to round it up and get 2 more supports. On Team Elemental, however, we do see the Lena band up. That's to get rid of the Shadow Demon combination. We might see a Leshrac band as well to get rid of the other potent laning combination with that Shadow Demon. On Team Elemental though, we do have the Coddle picked up. They've got their off lane in that Darkseer. Depending if they want to run the Gyrocopter mid, try and get a greedy build going on the Gyrocopter. Or they'll rotate him down with the Keeper of the Light and their possibly their third support hero. So we'll see how they want to play this game. The Jakira is banned out, so I wouldn't be too surprised if Naix on a plane do pick up that Leshrac. Got a very good burst damage coming out by that Leshrac. We still have quite a few heroes in the pool, depending on where they want to go. I mean, the Nature's Prophet's still in the pool. Might see Team Elemental. No, they'll go for the Disruptor pick. So they're going for that massive team fight presence. They've got the wall, silence, cooldown, vacuum, and wall. And then the Illuminate come over the top. So we'll be seeing Team Elemental try and group up mid-game. Probably about the 15 to 20 minute mark, we'll see a group up and start trying to push these towers down. Start trying to hit Naix on the plane hard before they can start getting their farm up on that lifestealer. Before Storm Spirit starts picking up his items. Storm Spirit usually picks up about, I think it's a 20-minute Orchid Malevolence, depending on his farm. So if Team Elemental can start grouping up at the 15 to 20 minute mark and start pushing things down, they can put some serious hurt onto Naix on a plane before they can pick up those items and become extremely effective. So, looking at Naix on a plane, they've got to have that Infest bomb. They're going to have the Lifestealer Storm Spirit come flying in for that Infest popping out. Quite a lot of DPS. Usually if they do find a target, that target's dead within an instant. And we see the Clockwork will be picked up for that offlane on Naix on a plane. It's a great pickup, especially those cogs. Those cogs are a complete detrimental into any laning phase or any gank onto Clockwork. He throws them down, pushes away, mana burn quite a lot of your mana and your health. We see the Naga Siren picked up on Team Elemental. Was not expecting the Naga Siren coming out. But gonna see some nice, hopefully sleeps into vacuums with the rest of the process of Team Elemental. They got a great fight. They're going for that push style team fight potential team, whereas Naix on a plan will be looking to take this late game. They do have that support presence with that Shadow Demon and possibly their next pickup, seeing how that's going to come out with. We might see a Rubik picked up and thrown in with that Shadow Demon, or we might see the Shrek is probably the more viable hero, I would say, or common when you pick up that Shadow Demon. But we will see how they want to go. I'm almost surprised that Team Elemental didn't pick up a Bane to go with against their lifestealer. I'm not liking this pick by Enigma. The Enigma pick's going to be a bit hard to pull off, as you do have a disruptor with that glimpse range of 1800. That's quite significant. We got the sleep by the Naga Siren and the net, which also interrupts. We got the rocket by the gyrocopter. Darkseer's vacuum. So Enigma's going to have to be careful. If he can get a 5-man RP off though, oh, not RP. If he can get a 5-man black hole off, it's going to be massive. It's going to be huge. However, we will wait to see if this Enigma can pull it off. Hopefully he can. It's going to be quite entertaining if he can get that black hole off. Black hole's always one of the most entertaining spells in the games. And now we see the teams being picked up, and get off this awkward directed camera. There we go. So down on bottom lane on Elemental, we have playing the captain's role on the Disruptor will be Polysager. On that Kodo, we have Bambardo. Being played on that Gyrocopter, we have Unreal Stupid Day. On the Darkseer, we'll have Goateefil. And finally, being played on the Naga Siren, we have Lollapalooza. Over on the next side, playing the captain's role is that Enigma. Will be Steven 11. Offlane Clockwork will be played by Will. I hope that's Will. Or we. On the carry lifesteal, we have the Pain. On the Storm Spirit in mid with kind of odd kind of hat. Anyway, we have Antaba. And finally, playing that Shadow Demon will be the caster. Let's see, what do we want to see? We want to see last hits. Of course we want to see last hits. So we have Element just waiting on this room. Waiting for the spawn. If the Shadow Demon does get a little out of position trying to ward here, we'll probably just see him come in here. Throw a ward up on the cliff. It shouldn't be too fine. If he does rotate down though, do we have a net up? Well, we'll probably see a level up in that net and see him possibly fall. See a glimpse most likely come out, or the wall. Yeah, Shadow Demon is going to play it safe. They do see him now. Shadow Demon's rotating in. Now he's not going to go down too far. So he's going to be quite fine. We got Clockwork doing the good old cogs up in that lane. We got Enigma just taking one of those creeps out for that Clockwork's push to be even further back to his tower. So Darkseer will be up against this Clockwork. So those two are going to have not too bad of a farm. Clockwork's just going to probably have a little bit more of a harassment or hard time dealing with this Darkseer because he is melee. But look at that Martyr burn. Darkseer's not going to have fun either. But he's got the Iron Sharp, so he should be able to pick up kills pretty easily. Up at top lane, we will see the most action. Of course, Trilance against Trilance always see the most action. We're currently missing. Oh, there's Enigma. Enigma's down into the enemy jungle. He wants to play it safe. If he needs to, he can rotate in, pick off this gyrocopter. So we do some. Unfortunately, the stack is not going to work by this Shadow Demon because they do have a ward by Elemental placed just behind the camp, blocking it off, and he's going to now know that. And we've seen wards being picked up, so there we go. They're on the courier with the new international courier. That if you buy the compendium, you get this courier. I can't wait to see what it levels into later on when you start watching some games. Because I know I'm going to watch as many games as possible. Not just because I want my courier upgraded, because it's the international, come on. Can't wait for that thing. As I'm guessing everyone will be wanting to watch. It's going to be a fantastic tournament, as it always is. Anyway, we look back in mid lane. We do have Gyrocopter. He's got 2 levels in that rocket barrage, so if any initiation does come out of the Storm Spirit, the rocket barrage will be probably more than enough to warn the Storm Spirit off, even possibly get that kill, secure that kill. We have Kodal and Disruptor trying to pick off some creeps here. They will be able to get one. Lifesteal is probably going to pick off the big Ursa creep. After the Ursa creep does some damage. And yep, he does pick up that Ursa creep. We do hear Clarity being popped off. Oh no, it wasn't Clarity, it was a South. South's being popped off. And pulled by the Shadow Demon. It's only on a single stack camp. And he's not doing too well to deny his creeps. So we'll see this lane being pushed out again very shortly. So after this creep tower hits the tower, we'll see about a 1.5 lane stack, and we see the first kill on mid. So Storm Spirit did go for it, and because Gyrocopter's got 2 points up in that rocket barrage, he'll easily be able to just counter that Storm Spirit. Would have tried to vortex, but yeah, that damage comes out by rocket barrage is one of the most strongest skills in the game early on, in my opinion. We have Naix just chasing those two off the lane, especially since he's got that double stack, so it's going to push even closer to their tower. And now we see Enigma hiding down into the Gyrocopter. I can't believe I've missed 2 kills on that mid lane. Oh, got more action going in mid than we do up top. So that's a bit uncommon, but unfortunately it happens. Look at net worth. We do have that Gyrocopter still sitting on top with 300 more than that Storm Spirit, even after that gank. He did get that first blood, so that's reasonable. And he is sitting on par with Storm Spirit's creep kills. So Enigma's got his soul ring. I hope it's a he. He's got his soul ring up and running. Invisibility's down at bottom, and Storm's just gonna pick that up. He's not necessarily going to gank yet. When he hits that level 6, we might see him rotate up top to try and help out their lane, help out their Naix, try and get him some free farm, opening it up. He's only got 8 creep kills against his name, against a Nagasara sitting on 18. So he's been zoned out of the lane, because there is only 2 of them. You can't expect Shadow Demon to do too much. He's coming down and deward. I dewarded the element, try to pop, try and keep that lane from stacking, which it will once again. So they're not going to get that extra pull off. Down in mid lane, but Gyrocopter's going to probably push the tower and then try and look for this rune spawn, which I swear it would have spawned. What happened to this spawn? Okay, Gyrocopter did pick up that regen. Never mind. And up at top lane we do have an initiation onto this Disruptor, but now it's going to be turned around onto the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon will fall to the final auto attack of the Nagasara. Lifesteal's going to get his kill onto that Disruptor. Net's going to come out, but he raged too late. Even if he raged, the net would have came out and it would have been going through, because it is a superior stun. And we see Kodal might be in a little trouble, but he's not going to dive too far. We got the splash coming out by the Nagasara. Lifesteal is not going to be able to get caught, and this glimpse is already been used. So we see a trade in kills for both of the carries up at top lane, and we see Storm Spirit and Enigma once again ganking this Disruptor. Disruptor will start to slowly fall down and fall behind this Storm Spirit. Great ganking by this Enigma, being able to come in, keep Storm Spirit into the lane. We see a missile come flying past, looking for something. Not going to be able to find that Kodal, so he's going to be a bit disappointed. Hopefully I muted my mic when I coughed then. If I didn't, I apologize to anyone watching. So, this is Enigma. He's doing a fair amount of job. He's got 2 kills. This Gyrocopter's not happy. He's going to be searching. Enigma's doing the right thing, but Gyrocopter is going to be able to find him. He's got boots, so he's going to be able to chase him up with that extra 65 attack speed. Courier is going to be able to get away. We're going to see a cooldown being used. Going to hit the first one. He's going to get the rocket barrage off, and he will find that kill on the Enigma. So he's going to be quite happy. We've got Storm Spirit rotating top. So we might see a kill onto this Nagasara and Disruptor. Lifesteal is going to get glimpsed back to the spot, but Storm Spirit's here. He's got his zip in. He's got a zip, vortex, throw down that Remnant. Disruptor's dead. So nice rotation by the Storm Spirit to be able to pick up that extra kill. He needed that kill. We've got Disruptor coming, not Disruptor, Illuminate come flying through from a very out of position Kodal. But at least he doesn't die. And we're going to have to see Storm Spirit rotate back to the fountain. Enigma's probably going to steal this creep. There we go. Back down to bottom lane. Clockwork against this Darkseer. Darkseer's winning the lane quite a lot. He's got 1300 gold advantage up on him. Level 7 against almost level 8. One more creep kill. And we'll see Darkseer at level 8. Look, throwing those rockets out, just being a general nuisance. Follow the rocket, it's going up top. Just hitting him. Didn't hit anything. We got a gank coming in onto this Coddle. Nigma's got the black hole ready. He gets glimpsed and netted, so he's not going to be able to do much. We got a zip coming in with the infest. Cooldown's been popped. It's going to do a lot of damage to the Shadow Doom. Shadow Doom will fall to the Illuminate. And we see Storm Spirit falling in death directly after. So it was a great TP up to Gyrocopter to support his teammate. Cooldown was able to do a lot of damage. Be able to easily finish off that Shadow Doom. We got a net coming out, and Nigma's gone. Rocket Barrage, way too strong, especially at level 4 on that level 9 Gyrocopter. And now Lifesteal's just going to have to try and get out of there as soon as possible. A few Shadow Poisons just to do a little harassment, and to be able to follow where that Gyrocopter's going. Disruptor, it's got to be careful. Could see a rocket come flying in at any second now. There it is, it's not going to hit. That rocket hit, it does do 200 damage, so that could have killed him. We've got TP support coming by the Enigma to help out. He's Clockwork. Clockwork's not going to fall. Yeah, Clockwork's going to get away. That tower hit's going to help try and finish off this Darkseer. Darkseer's got that surge going. We do have a hookshot. Hookshot's not going to miss. It's not going to hit. It's going to whiff. And that rocket's not going to be able to finish off this Darkseer. Darkseer will be going towards that. He's picking up a headdress, buckler, so he will be going for that mech. He's got an extra ring of regen. He might be looking to get a pipe a bit later on. He's just looking ahead with that extra regen. He's going to be shooting that rocket where he predicted the Darkseer to be, but Darkseer's sitting on the tower. But he will be able to survive. Enigma's not going to see it. Still out of range. Just a little bit by that nighttime vision. Now he's going to reveal himself. And we got another rocket that's been sent, so they didn't see the Darkseer too early, so he's going to send another one back to base to try and hopefully find that pickoff. He's not going to find it, however. Look at net worth. We got Gyrocopter sitting flying high on that 4k gold. Darkseer next in line with 3,500. Stormspirit and then Naix. This Naix has been kept out of lane quite heavily. He's been harassed. He doesn't have any deaths, so that's at least one positive for that Naix so far. He doesn't have any deaths to his name. However, we got TP support coming top for that Naix. We got a glimpse back on the Shadow Doom into the Disruption Wall. We got Naix coming out to try and do anything. Disruption comes out by that Shadow Doom just to give him a little bit of extra time. It will save his own life. And now we see some big damage coming out, but Nagasak's just going to sleep it up. They're going to be able to survive pretty easy. Hookshot's not going to be able to come in. It's going to miss again. So we're not going to be able to see a hookshot anytime soon by this Clockwork. And we're just going to see a nice back. Nice Song of the Siren. And a lot of damage coming out by those rockets. Disruptor's got to be careful. We'll probably see Clockwork overshoot this rocket as he has been doing for the last few shots. We got 3, 1. He's going to be shooting this rocket anytime. Yeah, he's going to be shooting this back to base. He's not going to be able to find it. Disruptor playing it sneaky, running through to the mid lane. So he's not going to be picked off anytime soon. We got Naix looking to go initiation in here. We've got Enigma working up those Eidolons. He's not going to be going around. He's going to be start saving for his Blink Dagger soon. Once he gets that blink, we'll see a great initiation. He always had a good initiation last time, except that Song of the Siren was able to just hold him off. They retreat pretty fine. If you look at the gold graph and the XP graph, it is in favour of Elements so far, because they are being able to hold these lanes. They're getting farm on all the lanes as well. However, Enigma is going to be able to try and keep up with the XP as he is making use of this jungle, even though there was only one wolf. So he does smoke up after that one wolf. He'll be looking to pick up a black hole. We see a raged lifesteal, not going to be able to pick up that Coddle once again. In a wall, Disruptor's going to be infest. Got to see an Eidolon. No, we're not going to be able to see a kill from that Enigma. The glimpse, too strong. Level 3 glimpse. Got a pretty short cooldown. Well, not really short cooldown, but 40 seconds. With a massive range. So. And we do see the Shadow Demon falling off in the meanwhile. We got great stun coming out by the Enigma. His Eidolons aren't going to be able to finish it, however. We've got a Coddle Blast coming flying through. Not going to be able to hit this Enigma. He's going to be back. He's not going to dive it on attack, especially when there's 3 of them against him. One net, one glimpse will be enough to finish off that Enigma if he's out of position. But the lifesteal is coming in, trying to get a bit more farm. He's currently sitting 32 for 4. Nagasar's farm has slowly decreased down to 35 for 5. Nagasar does have that one extra assist. We see initiation onto the gyrocopter. He has the invisibility, but it's not going to be able to be popped off in time. So, gyrocopter was caught out of position. They did have the rotation from that Shadow Demon and the Clockwork to come in. There's no wards up by Elemental, so they couldn't have seen the rotation by the Clockwork, who just walked through the river as if there was nothing to see there, which there wasn't. And up at top lane, we saw the Enigma being caught out of the lane, being glimpsed back, and then picked off by the group, 4-man group up of Element. This is what you want to see by Element. You want to start seeing a group up and start trying to push these towers down before any one of their major players on Naix team starts getting into position. The Storm Spirit, he's going to start working towards, most likely, his Orchid Malevolence. Once he gets that Orchid up, he'll be able to pick off the Coddle, pick off the Disruptor, probably even take on this Gyrocopter and win solo. However, we do see Element grouping up, which is what they need to do. They need to group up, use their team fight potential of the wall, of the vacuum, of the other wall. And we see a Zip coming in with the Infest. See a Mech coming flying out by the Darkseer, and we're going to see a Sleep. Lifesteal's going to try and rage up through it, but he's not going to be able to get all the way through it. They're thinking about turning back around on the Lifesteal, but they're not going to do it. Especially since Lifesteal and the Clockwork is ready to initiate on any time. Rocket's going to come flying through. Not going to be able to find this Disruptor. Wouldn't have killed him, but they're not going to be able to find that pick-off. So now we see a rotation mid. We've got a hookshot come flying in. We've got a Cogs coming out, but a lot of that rocket barrage damage coming out, and Enigma's going to fall to that gyrocopter. The black hole was even popped, and the gyrocopter will be able to get 2 kills, and they had to call down that third hero for the Storm Spirit. So that cooldown was fantastic by the gyrocopter, especially being that level 2. It was able to just burst down Enigma on the side. Flat cannon was also being used with that extra 115 damage on the side to be popped off that Enigma. We will see this tower being denied very shortly. And got a nice rage popped out somewhere. Possibly to... not quite sure what it did there, but nice rage. Still a nice rage. So, looking at the moment, Element have pushed down 2 towers so far. They're going to start getting fairly ahead of this gold graph. That's what they need to do to try and get these extra gold up on their heroes. Shadowblade will start to be worked upon against the Gyrocopter. He's picked up his drums of endurance, getting that extra movement speed and extra health buffer. They start to quite handy onto that drum of endurance. And now we see the top tower fall. Gyrocopter's got that cooldown down, up and ready. We got Disruptor invisible walking through the forest. They're going to spot out the Enigma. He's not going to do too much. He's just going to make sure there's no rotation by the Enigma. We might see Element rotate into the Strongler and try and find this Enigma. We got Darkseer coming in. Darkseer has been coming down in silence, but he's now trapped in the wall. We're going to see probably a vacuum to try and keep him back in. We've got a glimpse back into the action. He does not have that black hole up, so Darkseer will die. Oh, great Cogs, but the cooldown would have finished him off if that Darkseer didn't pick it off himself. Now we're going to might see this Clockwork fall. No, we're going to see a great disruption come out by the Shadow Demon, and that will hold them off for a bit. So we do see the Enigma picked off, so he's going to be working towards that BKB. He's not going to go for that fast blink, he's going to go for that BKB. And at the moment, I think he does need it. As long as the Siren, the Vacuum, the Glimpse, definitely to get rid of that Glimpse. The Glimpse is doing a lot of damage, catching heroes out all over the place. It's unfortunate you don't see Disruptors in more games, because he is a great hero. He is fairly squishy, but that Glimpse is a very powerful spell. Then you see some more rockets come flying in, just to be a general nuisance. And we're going to see the top tower fall. Next, they're not going to contest it. They're going to do the smart thing, try and pick up some farm in other lands. Might try and push a tower, maybe trade or force TPs back by Element. We do see four wards coming in for this Coddle, so we're going to see a very aggressive wards. It may possibly almost the entire jungle of Naix will be warded shot. We've got a TP coming down mid to try and hold off the Enigma and Storm Spirit combo, but he's got to be close. If Storm Spirit decides to jump in, we've got TP spot coming in by the Darkseer. We might see him back Yeah, they got it back. They're not going to be able to get this tower. Top tower will fall for Element, so they will pick up some more gold. Gyrocopter's going to rotate bottom, try and find this lifesteal kill. He's got 4 levels on the lifesteal. Lifesteal's farm is not the greatest. He's got 53 creep kills. He's got how many deaths? He's got 1 death to his name. And we see Kotal killing the Enigma off in the jungle, so we would have seen a glimpse come flying out. And yeah, that glimpse is very strong. You're out of, if you're not even out of position, you'll be forced into an out of position spot with that glimpse. So we're seeing Disruptor working wonders for this team at the moment. Now we see another TP come out. Oh, we did see a Gyrocopter fall down bottom to the Naix and Storm Spirit combination. So that will set the Gyrocopter back a little bit, not too much. He's still in the lead by 1k. And we see Storm Spirit's going to go for the Scythe build. He's not going to pick up that cost-efficient Orc and Malevolence. We see a hookshot was being planned to use, but he's not going to. He's got to cancel it because we do have the Darkseer, the Disruptor here. Cogs are being placed out just in case they do feel like chasing up that ramp. So yeah, now we're gonna go into this little slow farming phase. Gyrocopter will be trying to respawn. He'll be wanting to pick up his BKB before they group up again. We got the mech currently with pipe possibly going to be started to work on next by that Darkseer. Let's see, Disruptor picking up those power charts. He'll be wanting that little bit of extra boosts of health. Keeper of Light doesn't have his boots yet. He's got enough too, so we might see him pick up his boots shortly. After this tower is going to possibly fall. We see in mid lane, see Gyrocopter out of position again. Gyrocopter's now just, he's trying to farm up, but he's been caught out of position, especially with the initiation of the Storm Spirit and the FS combination. We're going to see Illuminate come flying through here. They're going to possibly turn this around onto the Darkseer. We got Cogs and the hookshot ready to be popped by that Clockwork. We might see a trade down, but a Black Hole's being popped onto this Naga. Naga does have his wall. Disruptor's going to be, does have that song up, and Enigma will fall to this Naga. Disruptor will fall to the Shadow Demon and to the tower damage. Song's already popped, and it's going to see a TP out. So Naga-san's going to get out of there with that very pain in the ass song that she has. We're going to see a counterward come out via this Keeper of the Light to try and give them map position, map awareness. So he's missed about 5 shots uphill, and Dark says, I've had enough. This is going to punch that water in the face. TP up by Gyrocopter again. So he's got a bit of free farm up top here at the moment. He's going to pick up about 6 to 10 creep kills there, so that's going to help him out a fair bit. His net worth is fallen. He was about 7.5k, fell to 7k, and now back down to 6.8. So he is being picked off all over the place. He needs to try and stay with his team now. I mean, it's great for him to get those levels, that gold, but if he keeps moving out of position by himself where his team are in another location, as you saw with Naix, they're going to punish that. They're not going to just let him get all the farm he wants. He's going to get recalled into the middle, so they are going to start pushing up now, and this is when their superior team fight composition will start to pay off. Naix will be looking for those picks, whereas Element will be looking for that team fight. Cooldown, Vacuum, Wall, Silence, Illuminate. Every one of the Element synergizes with each other with the AoE presence each one has. So we'll see next, they're going to try and farm up in different lanes. Enigma possibly shouldn't be by herself, but Enigma will be trying to get that BKB up and running. Only has an Ogre Club. We want to get that BKB as soon as possible. Once you see that BKB up and running, we should see Enigma doesn't even have Black Hole, so I don't think we should be looking to fight here. Enigma should try and keep pushing this tower. We saw TPs go bottom. They may have shown 3 people, so Enigma might find it a little safe up top to try and push in that top tower. Gyrocopter has got to be careful. He's been almost out of position. If there was ward up by Naix, he'd be dead right now. We got the Clockwork ready. We got Shadow Demon on side. Unfortunately, we got the Storm Spirit going back to base, so we won't see this Gyrocopter in any potential damage. He does have that invis in the bottle. TP going to pop by that Gyrocopter. And following him will be that Coddle. Try and keep as much damage off this tower as possible. And Gyrocopter's going to easily be able to farm this up. Flat Cannon's going to come out and everything's just going to fall. With the Illuminate picking up everything else. And we got Naga Siren falling down in bottom lane to the initiation of Storm Spirit and to the Infest combination. And Disruptor will fall shortly afterwards. So, infest bombs everywhere. Finding off those picks, they saw the two TPs top by the gyrocopter and the Kodo, so they knew it was going to be fairly safe for those two to initiate onto the Naix. Naix did not have that sung up, so they caught her with her pants down. So it was a great pick off by Naix. Look into the gold difference. It's still in favour of Element, but they do have those two tower advantage. If those two towers brought down, we'd see a pretty even game at the moment. XP is now starting swinging heavily into Naix on a plane's favour, as they have been finding those pickoffs. They've been getting quite a lot of farm, as whenever Element have decided to group up, they've got a tower, but they haven't been able to get kills. Naix have just decided, okay, you can go for those towers, we'll get the XP and gold in the other lanes. We're not going to try and fight you at the moment, we're going to wait till we get those items up. And when I see Clockwork caught out here, he's just alone. Teammates nowhere near him to support him. So, he was playing too aggressively, and just got caught out on the side. So now we're going to see a group up on this mid lane for the next 30 seconds while Clockwork's down. We're going to see Enigma rotating top. He's got his black hole up and running. So it's a bit strange. We're going to see him rotate. He's just going to spawn some islands and push that lane out a bit further. But in the meantime, this tower will fall. There's nothing they can do about it. Every time Element group up, they've grabbed a tower. And this is what they need to do. They need to try and keep harassing these towers down. Grab the map position that these towers being destroyed will give them. And then, are they going to get this Roshan while they have position? But Stormstreet, thinking about Stormstreet and the next combination, they're going to see the rotation. They might find this Coddle off guard. Are they going to try and grab it? Coddle is completely out of position here. He's going to throw a ward up. They've found the Coddle. Coddle is... wrong way, the Stormstreet. Stormstreet went the wrong way, and Coddle's going to be able to get out of there fine. It might be recalling someone in. No, he's not recalling. We're going to see a zip in. We're going to grab, infest. We're going to find that Coddle. And so they still did eventually get him off in the end. Got to see a counter ward coming out, pick off that final sentry, or final ward by Element. So now Element have that one map position. They're going to be able to see any rotation, see any trying ganks coming on by them. And we're going to possibly see the back from Darkseid. They don't have their Illuminate. They don't have the Urn. We will be looking forward to picking up that 4-star very shortly. With BKB picked up on the Stryer. It's going to be at 10 seconds. We're going to see this come into play next fight. He's going to be able to sit in the middle and just burn people down. Unless the black hole gets off, Jacob's going to do a lot of damage in the next fight. He's almost at the level 3 cooldown. We're going to see the top tower fall to this Enigma. And then we should see BKB picked up very shortly by the Enigma. Bottom tower will fall. They're going to TP top. Cooldown's going to be used. It's just going to be used to farm up those islands. And it gets great denied by the gyrocopter. So Enigma's not going to be able to pick up that BKB yet. After he farms a few of these neutral creep camps, he will be able to pick up his BKB. And then we might see Naix starting to group up as 4. If Naix group up as 4, as 5. Why would they group up as 4? We might see them group up as 5. And start working towards trying to even out these towers. Might even see them try and go for a smoke gate. I would love to see a smoke gate come out by Naix at the moment, because if they find the pickoffs, they win. If they don't find the pickoffs, Element and their superior team fight potential will be able to just keep hammering down these towers, take it to Naix, and just put the foot into their rear and just keep it there. And Naix will be slowly destroyed. However, if Naix can continue to find these pickoffs, especially with that Life Stealer and Storm Spirit bombs, and we do see a Scythe picked up on Storm Spirit, so whoever they do find out will die. Unless there's a great fight. We do see a smoke up by Element. Now they're going to try and find a pickoff, and they might find the Storm Spirit. We see a rocket popped, but they've seen the smoke. It was daytime. The vision's been shown. It's great disruption by the Shadow Demon, but unfortunately, there's a group of 5 there. So, it was a great disruption, great timing and awareness by the Shadow Demon. However, that was all he was able to do. His Storm Spirit Naga combo, rightfully so, backing off. They don't have the damage to back. We see a cooldown being thrown out somewhere. It's going to miss that Clockwork. BKB's popped. BKB was popped very early. However, it is 10 seconds, so he will stay alive. The song was popped. She's going to die instantly. So she's not going to be able to get too much effective off onto that. Glimpses back into the position. Cox comes out. Clockwork will fall to the rocket barrage of the gyrocopter. Gyrocopter does get mech'd up, and but he's not going to be able to be fought on. So we see a 1-for-1 trade. Trade in favour of Naix being able to pick off that Naga. Naga does have that diffusal blade up and drums of her own. Now we're going to see a turn to this Roshan, and there's no vision up by Naix. They're not going to expect it. They're going to think Nagasaren's down. They might come and check it. They do have the clockwork up in 18 seconds. But Shadow Poison is not going to be able to see this Roche. Will he check this Roche? Yes, they're going to check the Roche. They're going to know something's up. And Element, are they going to decide to stay in here? No, they're not going to stay in here. Those Shadow Poison's going to scare them off. They're not going to try and fight it. The Name's going to come flying up the hill. It's going to hit on that Enigma. Enigma's got that BKB up. She did use it in that last fight. Good. So it's going to have 9 seconds still left on that. Lifesteal's got the armor up and running. Got his drums of his own. Everyone wants drums in this game. Drums for all. Let's have a look. How many people do actually have drums? We got 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got 3 drums in the game. 2 on the element. We got a Zip come flying in with the Infest, with the Vortex, and the Revenants. We might see a Kura pick off. Kura will be picked off. Great pick off by Naix. Unfortunate misplay by the element. We might see a Dark Shadow doesn't have that surge up. So that's 3 for 0. Now we're going to see a rotation. They're going to get this Roshan, especially at half health. What's going to be picked off? And now we're going to see a dead Roshan. Great play by Naix to find out those 3 support heroes just randomly in the middle of nowhere. Had no backup by the Nagasaran who just recently spawned. Gyrocopter who was trying to farm that lane down in the bottom tower. But now, because they were out of position, we will see a pick off by Naix. It's going to go to the Storm Spirit as he is probably the weakest out of the 2 of the Lifesteal and the Storm Spirit. So, and he does seem to be initiated and targeted upon. So it's a great choice by the Aegis Pulp. And yeah, so far, so quite well for Naix. They're going to be able to turn this game around. The gold favor is still in favor of Element. But we're going to start seeing that rotate into the favor of Naix as they're going to start equaling out these towers. And Element, they need to work as a 5. They need to continue being as that group of 5, that cohesive group as 5. If they're not working as that 5, then they're in trouble. Naix will pick them off individually. Storm Spirit will pick them off individually. Clockwork will just be able to get a fantastic initiation and wait till someone will come and pick him off. So we do see Storm Spirit's going to be working towards that BKB now. He's got his Ogre Club up. He's got 2k. He's going to pick up the Mithril Hammer. He needs another 900 and he's got his BKB up and running. So we won't see, most likely won't see Naix try and find a fight anytime soon. And we got counter wards coming back against Naix with Element finding those wards down bottom. I don't like them putting this ward here because it will still be left in that position where it's going to be thinking about, you know, obvious. Whereas Naix, they got their ward up on their ramp, defensive ward, and it's not going to be spotted out by this sentry. So it was a great ward spot by Naix. They probably did see the wards come up by Element, so they'll most likely be seeing counter wards come out by them shortly. And now we've got a group up going top. We've got the Naix and Storm Spirit Infest combination. We've got 2 TPs coming up top. We've got a cooldown coming in. We've got another TP by the Naga. We might see a sleep come out very shortly after this Naga TPs. And we might see an initiation very shortly. We do see the sleep. We got the initiation coming by the Disruptor. Disruptor, put that wall down. Silence. We got a vacuum coming in. And it's going to see a massive turnaround. The BKB is popped by the Enigma. Enigma's going for that black hole. He hits 2. The Aegis is popped onto the Storm Spirit. Naga sitting behind. The net comes flying out. We've got to see. No one's dying yet. We do see the Disruptor falling. Darkseid will fall shortly after. Now we see Enigma and the Clockwork dying. Gyrocopter will fall. Buyback from the Coddle. We'll see Naix fall shortly after. It's going to be a man fight between these 2. Storm Spirit will win this man fight. So that was technically a 5-for-5 trade with Storm Spirit almost dying in the end. The Aegis was popped. There was a fantastic initiation by Element. They had a great song, great war, great silence. But however, the Enigma was able to get that BKB off into that fight for the full 4-second duration, I would like to say. Yeah, 4-second duration. Whoa, that was a nice fight up in that tower. Storm Spirit managed to, he's going to be able to pick up his BKB, so in the next fight, we're looking to see him not be affected too much. However, Element could have asked for a better fight other than to make sure that BKB wasn't popped by Enigma. So well played by both sides. I can't really say either side coming out on top there, except you did see Naix did come out with that final Storm Spirit living, but the Aegis was popped. So if we do see another team fight like that, we can see Element taking it. Because if Storm Sprint didn't come back alive then, the amount of damage he did pull out, pick off, was enough to be able to pick up 2 heroes, I'd like to say. I think Storm Sprint picked up 2 kills in that last fight. Whoa, okay. If we look at kills, deaths, we got Gyrocopter sitting 12-7 for 3, Storm Spirit 10-2-10, Lifesteal 5-2-8, and then Naga's 1-3-10. It's not what you want to see on your Naga. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to pick in those kills himself. Storm Spirit jumping up on top lane, making sure they don't have that ward. Infest is up onto that Storm Spirit. He's got his BKB up and running. Next, he's got his Skull Basher up and running, so he'll be looking towards picking up his Abyssal Blade anytime soon. And going to be very careful of Element. They're not going to be effective for... Actually, everything of theirs is off cooldown. I'd like to see Disruptor try and get his level 2 up on that ult, because that extra 50 damage per second, 50 damage, I was right, 50 damage per second, we're able to help out. But it's really the silence you want. That silence, and then the damage being thrown out by the cooldown. So Naix are playing a fantastic game. They're going to be looking for a pick-off. They're going to rotate bottom, try and find anyone out of position. So we've got a great ward vision by Naix at the moment. They've been able to counter ward everything. They've got visions of their main areas, blocking off this creep camp if they weren't doing any double stacking. I'd like to see a bit of double stacking for this Gyrocopter to be able to get that little bit of extra farm. The vision, Element are playing into the dark. They're scared, they're worried. They're going to probably presume that Naix is off, they're off the map, so they even presume that they're smoked up and in their jungle. So they're going to play defensively, they're going to stick together. So, Element are playing smart. They don't want to throw away another team fight like this. If they lose a team fight, Naix are probably going to win it. They're going to fall behind. Element's going to fall behind in the gold. They're going to fall behind further in the XP. So we do see a great song coming out. They're on all 5. Infest for some reason. Now we've got this wall. We've got a BKB pop. Silence. That's 2 fallen. Great fall. Now we've got Storm Spirit picking off the Disruptor and backline. He's not going to be able to find him. He's going to turn to the Coddle. Coddle is going to be able to get away. Storm Spirit's not going to be able to find that 1 kill. Next is going to turn around. Disruptor will fall. They're going to find Disruption. Infest comes out. Next will fall. Got to see a net come out very shortly. He's turning around. He's getting a great lucky bash off. They've got to be very careful. 1, 2, 3. Naga will fall to this lifesteal. He's got to get him. And now Gyrocopter's going to finish off the Naix. Fantastic initiation by Element. You cannot ask for anything better than that. All 5 of them were grouped up on the spot. Naix came out of the infest. I'm not sure if that's because the song sets him out of that infest or what. Then a great wall, silence, and then we just saw everyone dying. I didn't see a black hole popped in that fight. It probably was popped, but it instantly taken out of there. So that's what Element needed. That's what they needed to stay in this game. I do see a buyback from the Storm Spirit and Naix, but we've already got 3 supports up and running by Naix on a player, so they're not going to worry about it too much. So, okay, Roshan should be spawning very soon. Okay, there's still another 3-minute time on that Roshan. Hopefully Element and Naix both wrote down those timers to be able to know when that's going to be back up. We got Clockwork. He's going to be picking up his point boost, so he's going to be looking towards his Aghanim Scepter soon, getting that cooldown on that hookshot off quite fast. Look at the Gyrocopter. He's got that Monkey King bar up. So he's going to be pulling out a lot of damage. He's going for the damage build because he's been feeling as if he's been surviving the fights. When there's great fights by that with the Naga Sign, Vacuum, and the wall, he's been able to just sit there. I'm not sure if they should be going looking for that smoke at the moment, as Gyrocopter is only sitting on 600 HP. So they're going to be very careful. And it's going to be a fight up against this next. They're going to go up here. They're going to be spotted. With the song coming out, they're going to try and find out where everyone is. But everyone's too out of position. We've got the blink coming in, the hookshot. We've got massive damage coming up by the Gyrocopter. Shooting. He's going to make that Naix fall. Naix is going to buy back. He's going to try and TP back in. It's not going to be able to get in time. The force stuff by the Keeper of that. It's going to be able to push it off to the kill. Storm Spirit just jumped down here. Will be able to survive. Gyrocopter's been throwing out all that damage. So far, we've only seen 1 kill by the Naix. Now we're going to see Enigma's going to fall in that backlines. So Coddle for that Enigma. And possibly, yes, the Lifestealer did have to buy back. So Lifesteal is going to be put quite far behind. He's not going to be able to pick up his Abyssal Blade anytime soon. So what I thought was an awkward initiation by Element turned in their favour, being able to pick off those 2 kills. So that Monkey King bar is a lot of damage. Being able to do work wonders against them at the moment. That Song the Siren, very low cooldown. They're ganking every time that's off cooldown, because the cooldown of the Static Storm is only 85 seconds. So every 85 seconds, they're looking for a pick. And that's what they need to keep doing. We see a zip in coming on to the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter will fall. Storm Spirit's going to try and run out of it. She's going to zip across, and that's all they can do. We're not going to see a glimpse onto that Storm Spirit, but I don't think they'd be able to do too much against him anyway. He's going to TP out. Hookshot's come flying in with the Infest, and they're going to find the Disruptor. Disruptor's going to glimpse him all the way back there. So Naix are now finding their pickoffs. It's a fantastic game going on at the moment. Backwards and forwards. XP is fairly even. Gold is still in the favour of Element, as they are being able to get... They do have those extra towers up and running, those 3 extra towers. And Roshan timer will be forward in a minute. Do Naix know when the timer was down? They do have those 40 seconds. Yep, they know it's there. They're going to be waiting for it. So we'll see Roshan fall very shortly. 2 Naix. They should have the damage to be able to burst to it quite fast. Infest, there we go. And this Roshan's going to fall quite fast. There's nothing Element can do about it. And so Element's going to need another perfect initiation next fight to be able to win the incoming team fight. So we'll see this probably be thrown out. Yep, it's going to be thrown out onto the Storm Spirit. He's already gotten rid of his teleport scroll. And we see Element, they want to be able to fight this. Rocket's coming down. They're going to know they're sitting around there, but they're not going to be able to get there in time. So now we might see a bit of a farm game. Gyrocopter is picking up that helmet of the Dominator, so he's probably going to be looking for his... What the hell? What? I can't remember, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say I can't remember. He's just get called back just in case they were coming for him. That's right, Satanic. He's going to work towards that Satanic. If we can work that Satanic, he's probably not going to die. Unless they can get great chain stuns out on him, great CC, he won't die. So we do have Enigma's got his Blink Dagger up and running, so the next fight he's going to be sitting quite far behind. Smoke up on all of them with the Infest inside that Storm Spirit. And now they're going to rotate into mid. They're going to look for a pickoff. Element, they should know everyone's off the map once again. With the Nagasans pushing down mid and there's no resistance against it, they're going to know something suspicious is up. So Element's going to play it defensively. Storms, Keeper of the Light. Yeah, you get back there. If you get found out, it's going to be a very tough fight. Have this Gyrocopter. He's the one that they want to keep alive. Pretty much, you need everyone on this Element team. If any one of them gets picked off, possibly other than the Keeper of the Light, it will be a very, very hard fight for Element to take. So they need every one of their players. Whereas Naix, one of them could possibly die. They could still take a fight, but that's not what you want. Neither team can refuse to lose any players. Any of them get picked off. If anyone gets picked off on either side, it's going to be game. And I love Storm Spirit when he's being splashed. He looks so vibrant, so colourful. Well, not really, he's just blue, but you should know what I mean. I do a design course and I can't even think of the name for it. So, yeah, you can see how much I pay attention to in design. Anyway, we're going to see a fight down in bottom lane. Storm Spirit, I believe, is the highest level in the game. Yep, Storm Spirit, followed by the Gyrocopter and Naix. So, unfortunately, Element do not have any vision of where they are, and they've got a very, very wide split at the moment. We've got Clockwork sitting up top here. He's going to be able to try and get that hook shot in. We've got Enigma. He's got to be careful. He should try not to stay next to Storm Spirit, because even if you can get those two together, you're going to win this fight. So we see a smoke up by Elemental. They don't want to show themselves, even though Gyrocopter, his smoke did pop, and they're going to see the Shadow Poison on him. He's got 3k back, so he does have buyback. We do have buybacks by the Storm Spirit, Gyrocopter, Lifesteal, and the Nagasara. So all the carries have their buyback potential. So if this Coddle doesn't die, he'll be able to instantly recall either of their carries back into the fight. And we got Stormstreet thinking about it, playing a little bit aggressive. He wants to go in there. You can just see him. He's agitated. He's ready to jump. He's ready to eat someone's face. I'm talking about the lifesteal, of course. Except, I reckon that moustache is looking evil enough. And we see a hook shot coming in. It's going to land on the Disruptor. They're not going to be able to get their initiation there. Cooldown's been thrown out. It's not going to hit on any. We're going to see a fall in the backlines of the Nagasai. Nagasai's got to buy back. He's going to try and TP into this mid lane. We see Enigma's going to fall. Black Hole did get used. We're going to see a Song of the Siren to try and keep this lifesteal down for a bit. His rage will be up. They're going to pick off the Stormstreet in the meantime. That BKB is not helping him out. The Aegis will be popped. Gyrocopter's going to be picked up. Gyrocopter does have buyback. He's going to buy back. He's going to try and TP back into this mid lane. Him and Nagasai did have to buy back, and now they're going to run away. Naix took a fantastic initiation. They took it to them. They didn't let Nagasai's wall or anything else get popped off. So now we had to see two buybacks. Lifestealer is going to try and fight his way. He's going to get the Infest in. Clockwork will die. The Infest, he's going to be able to get out of there. There's nothing Stormstreet can do. He can throw out that scythe in 2-1. He's going to be able to pick up from Nagasai. And Lifesteal's going to try and TP out. He's got a great juke. They didn't see it. The daytime vision did not see it. He's got to get away. Great juking by the Lifesteal. That's very unfortunate by Element. They needed that kill. Oh, fantastic juking. That nighttime vision. It was so close for that Coddle to spot him. If they spotted him, he would have been dead. Oh, that's quite unfortunate by Element. Great juking, however. Nothing to take away from this lifesteal. He knew where they were. He knew how to juke. And use that nighttime vision to his advantage. So that last fight, we saw two buybacks from Element. That hurt him a lot. That hurt the next big item by the Gyrocopter, which would have probably been that Satanic, or he might look to... He needs to pick up a teleport scroll soon enough. And by that Nagasai. Nagasai, out of all the heroes, needed that buyback the most. She was going to pick up her Reaver. And she does definitely need that health boost. She's going to be looking towards picking up that hard. If she can pick up that hard, herself and her illusions will be quite extremely tanky. Over on Naix's side, we have the Abyssal Blade picked up by the Lifestealer. That stun does go through magic immunity, so Gyrocopter, you're looking in for a world of hurt shortly. And we might be seeing a rotation into... Oh no, they're not going to smoke up. I was thinking they'd smoke up shortly and try and go counter it. We've got the Shadow Demon with his own eye, so there's not going to be too much vision on and ward coverage by Element at the moment. And what other big items we have? We got Stormstreet picking up that Orchid Malevolence. He's got double damage in a bottle, and he's just sitting there, just wasting his life, not doing too much. Texting someone on the phone. It's like, yeah, we're doing good. We can win this. And that was a completely lame joke, so I apologize. That was pathetic. That was like horrible. Anyway, let's just forget that ever happened. We got Element grouping up down and bottom. We got a smoke up in the Disruptor. I'd like to see them try and force the initiation again. They need to take the fight to Naix. If Naix takes the fight to them, they're going to lose. As you saw the last game, the Disruptor got killed off in backlines, with the Naga Siren then being focused on the backlines. So if they can't get the initiation off, they can't get everyone into that silence and wall of the Disruptor, then Naix are going to win this. Element need that one perfect team fight. If they can get that perfect team fight, they could probably push it in and win, but there is buybacks currently onto the Stormstreet, not on the Naix. So, Element, it's just a waiting game. Stormstreet's going to come in, beat the backdoor regeneration, and they're going to take another tower out to get that map position. At least the good thing for Element is now they don't have to fight up that terrible heal. I feel sorry for the Radiant how they have this heal here right behind their tower. It feels a bit disadvantaged, as if you look at the Naix side, there's no heal. It's so far back from that tower that it doesn't even come into play too often. However, you can put an aggressive ward up here, so I guess you can see it. But then you can do the same on the Radiant side. So I don't know. It's not a good tower. I think it's a pretty poor tower with that evil heal right here. But hey, that's map balance. Radiant do have the Roshan advantage, so I guess they do need some kind of detriment side. Wait, I just realized what I said there. That's completely unfair for the Radiant then. Well, anyway, back to the game. We do see a farm up, and we'll see a farm up for a while, I'd say. Both teams will be wanting to work up their buybacks. Stormshirt does have his buyback, but he'll be probably looking around 6 to 7k before he does pick up his next item, because he wants to keep his buyback on him at all times. The Naix will be looking to farm up these creeps here. He's sitting on level 22. Stormshirt's on level 24, about to hit 25. Some other hero levels in the game. Jarcryptor's sitting on 23. He's now got his full Satanic up and running. He does not have buyback. He needs another 1600 for the buyback, so you won't be seeing a fight by him anytime soon. He'll be looking to find as much gold as he can possibly get. I'd like to see by either side this game is stacking. Stacking has been very... what's that word? Not complacent? I can't think of the one word, so I'm just going to throw out two other words that should hopefully mean what I want to get across. But yeah, there's been no stacking by either side so far. Stacking could have helped pick up these items, pick up these buybacks that much farmer, even get the extra levels. Even though some of the players don't need the extra levels, next, those extra stats do help. There's extra points and levels at the start. They're going to find a pick off this Clockwork. They're not going to be able to get the initiation of, as Clockwork's going to hook shot away. He's going to be fine. That Silent Siren, they should not try and force the fight here. They should not. The silence is down. The wall's down. Scythe comes out into the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit will fall. That's a great pick-off, however. Clockwork's going to fall. Actually, this was fantastic. Great, they did try and fight this fight. Storm Spirit, they did force the buyback out of the Storm Spirit, and now they're going to look to back here. They don't have anything else, so they're just going to back it off. They find the pick-off onto, force a buyback, they're going to back off. That was actually a fantastic pick-off by Element. Everyone was out of quarter, out of position. Enigma did not want to jump into there. So, against my better judgment, that was a fantastic play by Element. They are behind in the XP graph, but that's mostly in the level 6. There we go. That's mostly in their support heroes of the Disruptor and the Coddle. The heroes which do need it, with the Gyrocopter on 24, Naix sitting on 18. You'd love to see that higher. He needs to start getting this farm up and running. Or not farm, but there's XP going. He's now got his heart up, so he's going to be a tanky player to run with. He's going to send those illusions in. He's going to find that they're going to do Roshan, but it's going to be too little too late. Do they have the sun? The sun goes in. Are they going to be able to get there in time? Storm Spirit's still going to be going for it. Is he going to get there? Well in. Aegis Immortal. Cheese. The sun's popped. The silence. Storm Spirit's going to zip on out of there. BKB. Black Hole on one. Gyrocopter's going to fight that around. Turn around. He's got the Satanic up and running. He's not dying anytime soon. Buyback by the Enigma. We're going to see Coddle and the Disruptor fall in the background. Zip comes fine out by the Storm Spirit. He does have the Aegis. He doesn't want to pop that, however. Buyback by the Enigma and the Lifestealer. You're going to try and turn this fight back around, but there was a great fight, however, they won't be able to get the Roshan. Element did pick off those 3 kills, forced buybacks on 2, hookshot's going to miss, Lifesteal, and see a Malfish stun coming out onto the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter is going to turn around, use your Satanic, he's going to Satanic, he's not going to be able to survive too long. Stormspirit's going to try and find that pick off onto the Darkstone. Darkstone will fall, buyback by the Gyrocopter. Nagasari has got the song up in 10, 9, he's got the eye on him, he's going to put the eye down, he's going to deny the eye. He's going to fall in 3, 2. He's not going to be able to get the song off. The satire almost comes through, giving that little extra damage to finish him off. So, those great buybacks by the Naix and the Enigma were able to come back in and find those fights and force the deaths of and buyback of the Gyrocopter, the death of the Naga Siren. And now we're going to see mid tower be pushed. 50 seconds. They've got 50 seconds to get this tower down, so this second tier 2 tower will fall. We're going to hook, miss, but Coddle's been kept out. We're going to see a BKB fight coming up by this Gyrocopter. He's going to be able to pick off this Clockwork. No, he's not. He's going to try and run for it. He did pick off Storm Spirit in the sideline by that flak cannon, and now he's going to zip in, and Gyrocopter's down. He doesn't have a buyback. That's very, very bad. But the lifesteal will fall to the Disruptor. Great Disruptor work. And then we've got Darkseid coming in, trying to do as much harassment as possible. We see a buyback come flying in by this Disruptor. And now it's Disruptor against the rest of the world. They're going to get this tower. They're going to try and put as much hurt onto this other tier tower. But we've got Naix up in 9. We've got Enigma TPing back to base. And we're just going to see it back. Oh, we've got a Zip in come flying in. He's going to try and find that Disruptor. He's not going to be able to fight Glimpse. Glimpse! He's not going to be able to get that Glimpse off. Oh, it's unfortunate. But now Storm Spirit is in all over his head. Silence out onto that Naga Siren. He's going to zip down that hill. But the final auto attack. No, it's not going to be able to get off. Net's going to come in. Disruption will come in, try and give that extra time. Disruption's going to go down in time. 2, 1. Shadow Demon does get out in time. Was it worth it? I don't think it was. Zipping in to kill that Disruptor. And then you give a feed a kill over to that Naga Siren. Dota got a bit over cocky there. Oh, this game's still hanging on the scales. Can go either way. And my voice is becoming a bit short. I'm excited. This game's fantastic so far. I'm glad to be able to witness such teamwork, such back and forth action. The Cold are still sitting in Element's favour ever since those early team towers. Even after those few team towers of Naix, they're still being able to sit in front. The XP still heavily in favour of Naix because Element's supports are underleveled. Naix, not Naix. The Naga Siren is in 3 levels behind. Darkseid a bit behind. So we do now have level 3 out by that Disruptor, so his extra damage from that ult is going to be very effective in the next team fight. The next item we'll see from Naga Siren, I wouldn't be too surprised if we see the Butterfly come out actually. The Butterfly for the mischance against the Lifestealer, so he won't be able to have a bit of a mischance against him. I don't see him working towards an MKB anytime soon. The mischance against the Storm Spirit. So we might look to see a Butterfly coming out of Naga Siren. He does need that massive stats gain for the agility and that evasion chance. For the Gyrocopter, where are we? Gyrocopter. There you are. Gyrocopter will just be same for that buyback. So he'll need his buyback. Everyone will need that buyback, especially after those last fights. You need your buybacks. If you don't have your buybacks, well, you're going to lose the fight. And we're going to see a group up by Naix. They're going to be looking to smoke up on this hill with a Demon Edge picked up by that Storm Spirit. So he's trying to get as much damage as possible. He's going to be doing just under 300 damage per shot with that Orc and Malevolence up. That's going to be an additional 30, 60, possibly 90 damage from that extra 30 damage he's going to throw out. So it's going to be about 380 damage, I'd say, per auto attack coming out by the Storm Spirit. That's a lot of damage. That's beyond a lot of damage. So if they can't pick off the Storm Spirit's gonna rip through Element. We got Flight Boots picked up onto the Clockwork. He's got his Agnum Scepter up and running. That's not the button I wanted. That's the button I wanted. So we do have 4 stuffs on both the Disruptor and the Coddle. Not doing too much at the moment because they are being burst out in 2-3 shots from the damage coming out. We do have Demon Edge, talked about that. Okay, Lifesteal will be going towards that AC, picking up that extra armor reduction and boost on his side will be very effective. Being able to rip through Element even harder, being able to try and get some armor up against this Gyrocopter and Naga is a great pickup by them when he eventually gets there. We do not have buybacks from the Lifesteal on the Gyrocopter or the Naga. Storm Spirit's the only carry with buyback. So gotta be careful. If Element do wish to take a fight, we'll just be seeing them push it in. I can't see a team fight happening until this Roshan is up. Neither side are playing it very cautious. We do have vision out over the place by Element, which is very good map awareness to be able to put your vision down, even when they're pushed up into your jungle. So, great play. We got a Clockwork somewhere trying to hook shot onto someone. Having a little bit of fun. You see a smoke up by Element. They're going to be looking for this pickup. They're going to see all of them here. They know where they are. We got a song that's going to be very useful. They got no vision. We got a song coming out in 2, but the 2 carries aren't in it. They're going to be looking to find these 2 support heroes. The cooldown comes. Zip comes in with the infest. BKB up and running. Storm Spirit is going to be able to just rip through anything We got a BKB, a black hole in 3. Great black hole. It's going to be... Gyrocopter's going to fight it up, but he's going to fall. He doesn't have the damage to be able to stay alive, especially against his Lifestealer and Storm Spirit. That's 2 down. We've got a buyback coming out by the Enigma. We've got a TP back to base by the Clockwork. So, that was not a good initiation. The song coming out onto 2 with the BKB and the Infest come flying in by the Storm Spirit was... I don't even have the words to put it bluntly. That was just very... They demolished Element. Element were doing the right thing, going for that smoke gate. However, they weren't able to catch the Lifestealer and that Storm Spirit in that Song of the Siren. So they just got counter initiated upon and just demolished. Now we're just going to see a zip in, find off that Coddle, and that is going to be game for Naix. They're going to be able to take this. The carries up for Element aren't for 30 seconds. They're going to rotate mid. They're going to pick off this tower. This was a fantastic game by Naix and Element. Unfortunately, Element, they didn't have those late game potential such as the Naix. Storm Spirit was able to get so much farm up. He went for the route of the damage. So he was able to help carry it late game, especially with that 400 damage he's being pulled out with that Orca Malevolence. The GGs are being called by the Elements and the Naix. So, Element did what they had to do. They're going for a kill. They want a kill to finish this game off. War, that's what I don't think we saw too much. War's not being able to be too effective because of all the BKB up. Next, man find this up against the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter's going to be able to pick off the Storm Spirit. Lifestealer will fall. Buyback by the Naix and Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit TP straight back in. He's got that fight bullets. They're going to be looking to find that spell for it. We don't have BKB up, but we do have the Storm Spirit up. Storm Spirit, 4 or 5 shots that Gyrocopter from full health. And now we see a man fight up. Storm Spirit be able to pick off Naix Siren, and the Disruptor will fall directly after. Now the final GGs come out with the disconnects. Naix, they were able to bring this late game. They did have that late game potential team in that not Nyx Assassin, with that Naix in that Lifestealer, smoking up, trying to find whatever he can. Shadow Demon picks up a Shadow Blade of his own just for a little bit of fun. And wow, that was a fantastic game. Element, they were grouping up, they were taking those team fights. Did they leave it a little bit too late to take those team fights, however? I can't really say. So, that was a great game. Win going to Naix on a plan over Elemental. And I am Dota Yoshi, bringing to you another Dota 2 presentation. Thank you for watching another Team Pub Watch game. Have a good one.